Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to part 2 of our series on budget pedal boards. In our last video, we unboxed all of the stuff that we got from Donner Music. Donner's got some really awesome pedals and pedal boards and whatnot at a really reasonable price. So we ended up with a pedal board, a carrying case for it, 3 mini pedals, and a power supply, and everything that you need to assemble the pedal board. Here it is. In this video, we're gonna finish getting it assembled on video, so you'll see what I've done here, and then we're gonna demo it. I don't really think there's anything much to say other than that, so let's get after it, shall we? All right, so it's all built. It's time to test it out, and I'm excited to see how these pedals perform. They all look pretty cool. I've definitely heard a couple demos of the Dark Mouse at least, so I'm excited to try that one out. You know, I did a pedal board build and demo a couple years ago, I think, or a while back, and it was a Temple board and the pedals that I own, pretty much all of them, outside of this, and it was not budget. Like, it was a really nice pedal board. Temple boards have some really cool systems. But yeah, some pricey stuff. So if this performs the way that I'm hoping it will, I actually may keep it simple, add a Velcro strip somewhere on there, and add these pedals to it, because there is room. This is a nice system though. Like, really simple, really effective, and you could easily build one of these boards if you wanted to, and still get some of these budget pedals that work really well. Or at least I hope they work well. Let's try them out. Just a quick interruption here for a sponsorship message. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I occasionally have videos that are sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform that has tutorial videos a lot like YouTube, but with some quality control and some very specific stuff that they specialize in. So not just anybody can make a Skillshare video, and they are generally pretty high quality. In particular, I'm looking at guitar tutorials for myself because I've kind of tried to make a commitment here that I am going to learn how to play the guitar a little bit better so I can do some better demos. And the one that I'm working on right now is right here, Mike Boyd Guitar Fundamentals. Pretty good. I'm going to keep working my way through it. I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to it, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to play the guitar a little better by the time the next one rolls around. They have tons of stuff on here though. Fine art, video making, business and entrepreneurship, all sorts of stuff that I think a lot of you guys will find useful, including video making for those of you who have gotten into having a YouTube channel or something like that, particularly with the Great Guitar Build-Off coming to a close here. I know a lot of people have used this as an opportunity to kind of start up a channel, and this is a good source for that kind of thing. So we're about to head back into the video and make this fretboard, but just before we do, one last thing I'll mention. The first 1,000 people that click the link in the description for Skillshare get a 1-month free membership. So you get 1 month to kind of try this out and see if you like it. Alright, let's get back to the video. All right, guys, so let's quickly talk about what we're dealing with here because these actually turned out to be pretty awesome. So first of all, the dark mouse, this is our distortion pedal. You heard what it sounds like. We've got our filter thing here. These are tough to adjust on the fly, I'll be honest. So you want this set up beforehand. You're not probably going to adjust these partway through all that much because, you know, it's hard. But filter, so this is kind of like, are you taking more mid-range? It's almost like a tone knob. Level is volume. This is how much distortion you're looking at. So you can crank that thing or dial it back a little bit for a bit more classic sound. But then up here, we've got classic and hyper. Classic is what you will have heard me playing first. Hyper was after. So when you crank on hyper, it really boosts things. It's like a boost and distortion kind of. A lot louder. Sounds awesome. Here we have the echo square delay. You got to be careful about how much mix you're putting in here. This gets very, very echoey, which is fine, but that's the type of delay it is. You've got 5 different settings here. I like the mod setting, but there's all sorts of stuff. You also get to adjust your time, so you can change how much time there is in your delay, of course, but there's no tap tempo. So again, something you're going to need to have set up kind of beforehand. And then the amount of feedback you've got. The reverse setting on here, I'm not sure if I even played that one today. It's pretty wild, but for the most part, these all are fairly similar. They're just really cool delay effects, really cool echo effects. And then finally, we have our triple looper. I think it's called a triple looper because it's got 3 memory banks. So memory 1 is empty right now for me. I've got that garbage that I tried to play on memory 2, and then memory 3 is currently empty as well. This is your level, pretty straightforward. You can dial that back a little bit so you can solo over it and stuff like that. And then, of course, your engage pedal. Obviously, you will have seen me struggle a little bit with this only because I was trying to play and then hit this with my hand. I've got it set up on a bench right now for easier viewing. If I'm actually playing this, of course, I'll use my foot and then it's much easier to use. So I've got a Boss loop station right now. This is fairly similar. Mine's an RC1. I actually like this a little better because it's got 3 memories. So I can hold 3 loops at once, whereas my less expensive Boss pedal, which is still notably more expensive than this, only holds 1. I do like the stomp pad on my Boss a little bit better, but I think I'm going to replace it with this on my actual pedal. This echo is probably going to make it onto my pedal somewhere, or my pedal board rather. That's what I meant, pedal board. That's going to make it onto my pedal board somewhere as well, because that's just a little more interesting from an echo perspective than my normal delay pedal. And then this guy is well worth it for the space that it packs. I'm actually really happy with that. So the interesting part here, I'm going to have to move this over, this power supply. I don't think I've got enough power supplies on my other pedal to handle, or my board rather, to handle all of this. But this guy, I'm told, it looks like an isolated supply. Got it mounted underneath here. I'm told it's not an isolated supply, but it was not noisy at all. I didn't have any problems with it. I don't know if adding another, it holds like 8 pedals, so I don't know if adding another or 10, few of them would be an issue. But for 3, no problem whatsoever. Sounded great. So yeah, all in all, really happy with that. All right, guys, that's it for this one. If you were looking for any of that stuff, check out the links in the description. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out if you do. And remember to subscribe so you can see my stuff coming out. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.